Hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't
you know.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, in the jungle, we have another Bramble Boy, the leader of the bunch, Dynamic Killer. How's it going? Still, it's not me. I unmuted him.
It's going pretty well. Not bad. Apparently my mic was muted. God damn.
Awkward. He was like,
How's it going?
He's super slurred.
Uh,
that was a weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, definitely a strange flex, but okay.
I'll answer you on my own time.
Mugs me. Sorry, guys.
sorry. Give me a second.
All right. So today we have a special show for you. We're going to be playing a round of Jeopardy featuring a bunch of random trivia that I came up with throughout the workday. And
Glad they're paying you for.
I'm just kidding. I did it pretty much all last night, but I had some I did today. I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, we're just gonna start off by talking about the week 2 games, and also by going over next week's games and giving predictions. Also, side note, if you want me to keep track of your predictions throughout the split, let me know. Just send me whatever you think whoever's going to win before each Sunday, and I'll put them into a giant spreadsheet, and we'll see who has the most correct votes at the end of the season. So, starting off the conversation, we'll just jump into the week 2 games. And the first game we had was Brambleback versus Scuttlecrab. And Brambleback, our boys right here, were able to take that one into 2-0. So we'll come to you guys first. How'd that series feel?
Do you want me to take it forward?
Yeah, you're the captain. I just show up.
Honestly, the first game felt really good. Like, we felt really confident, like even going in the mid game, and we weren't really worried at all. The second game, we fell behind a little early, but I just kept telling the guys, like, we stale, like that's all we need to do, and that's our focus for this game. And that's what we did. We kept our cool and really was able to pull it out in the end, and I'm proud of my boys for that.
Orn item's too good.
I feel like from watching those games and seeing the VODs and stuff, that the second game was actually a lot more hard favored for you guys, despite there was a significant lead on Adolma in the top lane on the Rise. But other than that, your bot lane was winning and your mid lane was winning too. I felt like the game that was actually kind of close was the first game, because there was even up to like the 25-minute mark in that game, there wasn't even a real lead for either team. It was like pretty even in gold and CS, aside from Rovian and Pickle Popper having CS leads. It was still within a couple thousand gold. And I think the turning point for that game for me was when you guys took Baron, because Scuttlecrab had all their members on the map. They just never walked over to put wards down, and you just kind of, like, they had 5 alive and you just took it. And they really, like, their team comp was pretty good. They had Sejuani, Nami, and like Jinx and some other shit. I forget what Adolma was on, but
He was playing York.
yeah, they could have played the front to back game, but it felt like they just gave you the Baron for free, and then using that advantage and the wave pressure you got, you were just able to clean up and out team fight at the end and just end it. So like game 1, I felt like was more on a knife's edge, where it could have went either way if they actually established any sort of vision around the Baron, but giving it up for free just kind of gave you guys that win.
Yeah, that was the game where Dalma was just split pushing bot when we took the Nexus, right?
Yeah, no, it was. And
I think we might have lost the fight if he had been back.
Maybe, but the
Would've
thing
been close.
is, I just knew if I could blow up the Jinx on as Nocturne, there wasn't really any chance they had, because that was a decent amount of their damage. So that was just my goal every fight, just blow up the Jinx, and it worked out.
So, shout out to Spencer for filling in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played
He's
sick.
the man.
2-0
He's been
in the Rec
great.
League, right?
Yeah, he's
Undefeated
always
so
shown
far.
up in the rec league.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I do want to talk a little bit about that Baron call, though. So I believe Scuttlecrab saw you guys walking up towards the area, and then they turned around and went straight to the dragon instead. So do you think they were strong enough to actually fight you 5v5 at the Baron, and made the call to just go for the dragon because it was free? Like
I
trade
don't know. I
objectives?
think they just didn't know.
I think they honestly didn't know, and on top of that, like
They did know.
with-
They did
Okay.
see you go that way.
Okay. So either way, I think we were strong enough to take the fight, and I think especially because like I think during that fight, if I remember correctly, I Nocturne ulted like during the Baron, so they wouldn't have any vision of it. And I just knew if like we could cut off their vision, and if they had to run straight into us, it was just kind of a doomed fight for them. I don't know. I felt like they just really didn't have the proper positioning and weren't able to respond in time.
Who was their mid laner in that game?
Aether Fox on Ari, I believe.
He was on Ari. Yeah. I don't. I feel like the Jinx at that point that you guys took Baron was 5-2 and sitting on like 2.5 items, I think, and they had Sejuani and Nami. So I feel like walking into the Baron pit with that team comp and the Jinx on that threshold isn't super bad. I think it was kind of a missed opportunity for them to take a potentially game winning fight, and that's the decision I think a lot of teams struggle with. Is like they just would rather do nothing and try to just play defense at the point where like you have to be doing something and try to make a play, because worst case scenario you lose the game, but you kind of just slowly lose anyway if you give up Baron. So you kind of have to go for that play in that situation, in my opinion.
Right. And I mean, Scuttlecrab did look good up until that point. So
It did, yeah.
looking forward to seeing them again next week. But moving on to the next matchup, we had Raptors versus Blue Sentinels.
Oh, you're not going to talk about the Garen Yumi bot lane?
Oh, yeah. If you want to touch on that.
No, it's just that they got hard countered, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
that game was a lot more of a snowball for Bramble.
Yeah. I think our bot lane was a little annoyed with it because it's just I think it's just annoying to deal with early, you know?
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
not
yeah.
much you
I
can
mean-
do as Tarek Vayne.
They held it off
You can
really
do
well.
everything. There's Tarek Vayne in that lane. Like
Yeah.
they can't even walk up to you at all. Like
Actually-
if the
Yeah.
what is it, prime projectile doesn't land, then like you
Oh, yeah,
literally
then
just
you
walk
can't
at
do
them and they
anything.
just have to
But-
run away. Like Rovium was constantly chunking him to like 20% HP.
Damn.
I mean, the surprising thing for me in that game was Scuttle was ahead by like 6,000 or 7,000 gold at 25 minutes, and you guys had the objective control, and they actually got a Baron at 22 minutes. So
Yeah,
like
they
I feel
did that
like
first one.
I feel like they could have transitioned that, but they went super hard. I think it was in the top lane around the nerd tower where they went for a hard pick onto the Vayne with the Rise ultimate, and then Rovian somehow lived with no summoners, and Cop and everybody else got there in time to use the Tarek ult, and then that fight turned into you guys getting Baron, and then you were able to push for the end. So it
Yeah,
was
we
like,
don't know how he lived that.
I don't know
fight.
how
he
he
like
did
made
that.
it out, and we're like, wait, how
Yeah.
are? Even he's like, I should have died.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
somehow lived there. The damage just wasn't there, I guess, but like
yeah.
that was the turning point, and then you guys pushed the end after that. It was super sick.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't actually expecting that series to go in favor of Scuttlecrab early on, so they played it really well. Yeah,
Bramble.
and Bramble pulling it out in the end was super nice to see. But unless we have anything else to say on that, we can move over to Raptors versus Sentinels.
Okay.
So this was also a 2-0 in the favor of Blue Sentinels.
Dude, they
And-
look so good.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I know game one, Sentinels kind of got the comp they were looking for. Exactly. Oh, wait, no. Was that game one? Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely game one. The Sona Tarek
Yeah.
lane.
Oh, yeah.
So dirty.
Yeah, Raptors is up by like a couple thousand at like the 10-minute mark. And there was an early dragon, I think, for Raptors, but they tried the tower dive at like the 14-minute mark, and they just went 0 for 3. And Sentinels at that point basically just snowballed. And I think a large part of the stories of this game was Raptors had a team comp where they wanted to be together, and the top laner was not grouped for a lot of the game, and it ended pretty quick. I think it ended under 30 minutes, right? It was like
Yeah.
a 28, 29 minute
Uh,
win.
31,
31,
36.
31.
Yeah.
Okay, it was pretty close. Yeah. The turning point of that game for me was, I think, around the 23 or 24 minute mark when Cho'Gath, Mr. Neat was dead on Cho'Gath. I forget how he died, but his entire team pushed up past the center point of the mid lane, and they just got engaged on and got aced. And then after that, it's just like Sentinels is able to just snowball the game into, I think, a Baron and push to win. It's just like a bit of an overextension. So
Yeah. And that's the one thing Sentinels seem
Punishing.
really, really good at. They can just capitalize on one mistake, and then all of a sudden the game's over, and you just lose.
Yeah, they
It's
turned
ridiculous.
like yeah.
So much.
I think was Ratty Z casting that game. I think he pointed out how they can make a game that looks like it's close not look close at all within like a couple minutes, and that was something that they definitely did in that game. Just completely exploiting like even small mistakes from the enemy team and doing it pretty cleanly. So they're first place right now, so they're looking really scary.
They had so much CC that game. Like
Yeah.
literally everyone on their
Yeah.
team has hard CCs. So like if anyone steps up, they just die. You know, like the Jacks just popped off.
So many go
The
buttons.
Annie and basically everyone popped off that game.
What do you think about
Yeah.
the Annie versus Ziggs matchup, Pickle?
I feel like if Ziggs getting his skill shots in lane, it could be rough for the Annie, but I think eventually comes to the point where Annie can just kind of farm safe and avoid the skill shots and then just one-shot Ziggs. Like you don't have to have any items. If you hit 6 on Annie, you like one-shot someone with Ignite. If they're not building any magic, you just kill them. It doesn't matter. Like whatever items you have there, you can just like one-shot someone because they're just CC'd, and then you have a bear smack them in the face. Like, so I think, yeah, I think kind of Ziggs is more like you definitely want to group up and then take towers with his W passive, and then Annie is also great in team fights, but you can just catch people out. You can just sit and wait, and then you're just like, by the way, you're dead, and then you just get more and more fed. As you know, as another Annie main.
Yeah, I just like that entire game. It looked like Raptors were really disjointed, like in both their games, with what they wanted to do, and it didn't seem like. It seemed like they were just supposed to peel for the Jinx, and they just weren't at all. And I think that's just mismanagement or just bad shot calling on the side of Raptors.
It's also interesting that Sentinels didn't ban out the Cho'Gath. I feel like Mr. Need's strongest champion is Cho'Gath. I guess they ended up losing the first game when he was on it, but still, I've played against that Cho'Gath, and all of a sudden you just have a giant void monster just walk at you,
Yeah.
just like you just can't kill it.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
they almost outplayed themselves by not grouping with the Cho'Gath when he's fed. It's like he's not a split pusher, so
Yeah, especially having like a Sona Taric bot lane, like you don't really have a tank killer. I guess the Jax will get there eventually, but you don't have like that ADC damage to take it down. So it was kind of just looking at the draft, and it seems like it was kind of scary for Sentinels, but they pulled it out.
Yeah, but when you pick a Jinx into a Hecarim comp, it's always really hard to stay alive. So
Yeah.
True.
yeah, Tim tried his hardest, but was unsuccessful there.
Especially if you have a Taric stun coming in on
Yeah,
it. Too. It's
seriously.
like, okay.
Yeah, no, that was terrifying. I felt bad for him, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's miserable. It's a terrible experience. That comp is miserable to play against.
That's
Nine out of
actually
10
very
dances
hard
don't
for a
recommend
lot, and like the Ziggs, that's rough for.
Yeah.
Like,
In the end,
yeah.
they just got run over. But the second game seemed a little bit different. But what'd you guys feel about that?
Sentinels kind of snowballed mid and top relatively early. They were like ahead by 20 CS at 8 minutes and then 40 CS at 11 minutes. So they were kind of snowballed that game pretty fast. And I mean, there wasn't really much jungle action out of Raptors. The jungler actually didn't even do anything at all, even up until 13 minutes. So it was kind of tough for them because he got denied early by the mid roam to take some of his small Raptors. So his level 2 was delayed.
Yeah.
And then I feel like he was just kind of behind the whole game after that. This game was a lot cleaner for Sentinels. They just continued to snowball their lead after like just winning the solo lanes just won by themselves. And whenever that happens, I feel like that's indicative of the team's going to lose the game, because if your jungler, I mean, he had like 3 kill participation at like 13 minutes, whatever, but if your jungler doesn't have to do that much and your solo lanes just win anyway, then there's usually not much the enemy team can do unless they have a hyper scaling comp and they turtle. But
Yeah, there's been a couple times where I've had like been super denied, and it's also like a tilter when your early 2-layer gets really messed up like that, and you can't really do anything about it. So honestly, it might have just been a little mental tilt, like, and maybe not knowing what to do as a jungler in that position where you need to actually gank more than just sit there and farm, because that helps.
Probably not on Kane there, right? You can't really gank a lot early on. He was playing Kane that game. And so like if you're behind on Kane and you gank, you usually just die. So at that point, I mean, especially on Kayn, you want to be ganking to deal damage, but not necessarily ganking to actually gank. So you have to like thread the edge of your abilities just to deal damage and leave. So it's tricky to do, especially from behind. And then you kind of just, if you're behind, you tunnel farm on a farming jungler like Kayn, and that was kind of why they had no jungle pressure.
Zabel, I think you're pronouncing the name wrong. It's Kanye.
Is it? Oh, my
yeah,
bad.
Yeah, it's all right. I understand though.
Slip up. Minor slip up there.
And Mouse Mazing looked absolutely destructive in that top lane.
Did,
Do you
yeah.
think we're going to see a lot more
Like
Renekton picks in the future?
I think we're going to see a lot more Renekton bans. Not sure if we're going to see a lot more Renekton picks, but he's going to have to learn something else. I'm sure he already knows a shit ton of other champions I'm super good at, but yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to give him that Renekton. Super lane bully.
Also, that BM of picking the champion your opponent just picked and then not dying on it.
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't even think that's BM at that point. I just think like they want the Zeds. Like Tucker's been favoring that Zeds constantly, so him picking it isn't really BM, but I mean,
It's
he
BM.
looked.
Yeah.
No, he
I
just
think
looked
it was
good on
BM
it.
giving it to him.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
respecting
that
it.
I think that was.
He was so clean on it. He was so clean that he was able to like satchel charge Kayn back into the wall when he was trying to gank him in the mid lane. That was so dirty.
Yeah, that was sick.
All right. And if nothing else, we'll move on to the next matchup, which we have Merkwolves versus Air.
What a
I thought you
big
wanted to
group of
skip this
games.
one, Ted.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
we're
no.
skipping
Game one
this.
we can talk about. Game two we're skipping.
Wait, game one we're talking about?
Yeah,
You
dude.
guys were winning game one up to like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
it was so bad.
Yeah, I was
Um,
very confused. I
Yeah,
literally just
Shoemaker
watched it
was
today.
stomping. Yeah, Pickle was telling me, he's like, yeah, I was watching. Then I was like, well, I'll skip to the end because Air just wins this one. And then he's like, wait, their Nexus just exploded. They had to go back and re-watch. And the turning point that, I mean, we talked about earlier was that Baron fight where it was a 4v5. Merc having the 4 members. I think it was the Sivir, Vlad.
Oh, that.
Who else was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Vlad
forget.
was
But
nice.
it was basically the story of the Sivir.
It was
Vlad,
everybody but Shen.
Actually,
yeah.
it was a couple fights where Vlad, like that one in bot lane where Vlad just came and like blew you all up, dove tower. Zanya just came out of it, pooled, his whole team cut up.
Yeah, it was
So-
there.
Like between
Yeah.
that
So
and just
bad.
like an Olaf with a Sivir ult just running at your face.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Also,
guys got a
little
kill and went for
communication
that.
there.
Yeah, you guys got a kill and went for Baron, and it was a 4v5, and Vladimir just literally killed everybody, and then Merkel's got the Baron. That was so nuts. He did so much damage.
Felt pretty bad.
Yeah, it's got a little mental boom.
And then game two, our entire team was mentally boomed except for Shoemaker, who actually
Dude,
got to
he's
play the
winning
game.
again. He won. He had such a huge lead top lane again. It was like the early game was pretty close, but you guys fought a lot in that game too. There's a lot of skirmishing, but like the unfortunate thing for that game is like you guys skirmished a lot and always traded kills back and forth, but like it would be like 2 for 3 or like 1 for 2, and Merkwolves always got that extra kill, and their
Right,
lead
so it just
kept
adds up.
just kept ballooning.
I just saw that 802. Is he number one? Is he from Vermont? But the first game he didn't get a single kill, which feels bad as an ADC.
Yeah,
Or is it really any like carry? But like, I just saw that and I think it's funny. But yeah.
All right, we're done.
Cool story,
Okay,
Greg.
that's it.
Cool story.
Okay, I'll just leave. Bye.
See ya, trivia.
come back with a new hat.
Oh, he better. I think his hats are behind him though, honestly. Yeah. And then
Nice.
Bomb Bam on Echo was holy crap. That
Yeah.
champion was insane.
Yeah, they had a roster change coming into this past weekend, right? They moved Bomb Bam to the mid lane
Yeah.
and moved Snowman, formerly known as Athcore, to the top lane instead of the AD carry, and I think that was a huge move for them. He just looks a lot more dominant in mid, and I think it's smart to put your best player mid lane. No BM to Gray's Gambit, but I think it's smart to put your best player mid lane just because they can have the most influence on the side lanes then, and like a winning mid lane just feels like you can transition that lead a lot easier into other lanes than like a winning top lane.
And I mean, Snowman on the Shen looked a lot cleaner than he did as an AD carry. Even if he's
Yeah.
going down CS and lane, that's not his job, right?
Yeah, he's doing his job. He's just staying relevant.
Yeah.
21. Not bad.
And I think it's BM Grace Gambit because he's saying you're not the best player on your team.
I mean,
He's gonna say
is
I
it
know.
BM if it's the truth?
Well, I mean, it's not truth or not. It's just how we rank people, right?
Well, if we rank
Yeah.
people on how many games they've slept through, Grizz game number one.
That is
Oh no, guys, please.
I can't even be that, man. I've literally slept through a concert, like at a viola concert. I slept through it, and I had a solo in it.
Damn, dude.
Oh, God
I
damn.
show up like show up at like like second to last song. I was like, I'm sorry, but I was just like, if it's the worst thing you've done today, it's a pretty good day. I was like, okay.
Shirts untucked, tie undone.
All right. Anyways,
right,
another good story
tangents.
from Pickle Popper. But moving on to the last series, we have Mountain Drake versus Ocean Drake.
Ooh.
Where
Horrifying.
Mountain Drake.
Oh,
Horrifying, dude.
Sorry.
Mountain Drake came ahead pretty hard.
They absolutely dumpster.
Yeah.
Like no BM to Ocean, but like it looked like they weren't prepared, or the A either weren't prepared, which I doubt because Shu and Vash are super good at prepping, or B underestimated Mountain and maybe like didn't respect them in lane or respect like what they were going to be doing, or just didn't know. Like the jungle difference early was nuts because like they gave Sasha Jarvan, her best jungler, maybe a little bit of a fault on the research there, and then they picked Sylas as a response, which I love Sylas jungle, but I don't think it's the best if you're trying to establish early pressure to get your lanes into the mid game. And we saw that with the jungle difference in pressure and CS. There was a counter gank around bot lane, I think, where Sasha was able to turn it around for 3 kills for
Oh.
Mountain, and they picked up the Ocean Dragon after that, which is a super, super good early dragon to get. And then they just kind of kept the point that was like frustrating for me was I think there was it was around like 14 minutes when they had the Rift Herald in bot lane and they were popping the Rift Herald. They had 4 members from Mountain in bot lane, and Ocean had I think 3 people, and then they had someone like Sylas roaming down. But at that point, Mountain was pretty ahead, and the tower was probably going to die to the Herald. Vash dies, and then instead of leaving, a Shu and whoever else was there, I think it was like 2 or 3 members of Ocean, just standing near the tower in a 4v3, and then they just all died. And that was more gold to Mountain and the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like Mountain just snowballed like infinitely after that. They got so much gold out of that and more kills too on top of it. It was just like, I feel like if you walk away in that window, you can maybe have a chance if you don't bleed those kills, but a little bit of a misstep there, in my opinion.
I want to touch on your point where you said they just weren't prepared for it, or they were disrespecting their opponents. I think it might have been a little bit of disrespect, but honestly, I think it's more showing weakness on the side of Ocean, especially everyone always wants to target the strongest member on said team, and targeting the weaker players and taking them off of picks they feel more comfortable on or have shown that they do that's their best champion and what they look leads above on. Definitely it is honestly just a better strategy, and I think Mountain prepared very well for that.
So are you saying Mountain targeted correctly or Ocean didn't target correctly?
I think Mountain targeted correctly, and I think Ocean wasn't prepared for it. They haven't really practiced, especially with multiple members switching different positions. I think they targeted the weaker members on Ocean, and I think that was the best strategy. I think that's a strategy most people should be going for.
AK, don't ban Nico.
So you're saying they targeted like who would you say that they targeted on Ocean Drake?
Cobalt and Vash.
And
Cobalt, yeah.
Cobalt.
Like as far as in the
Vash
pick
a little
ban or
bit, but
on the
J
map? In the
pick map,
ban or on the map?
pick ban.
Okay, I don't remember the bans for that game. I don't know what they banned.
They
out.
took Cobalt off Orin and Renekton like every game, I believe, and
they
also
banned both, yeah. And
Yeah.
then Vi, Elise, and Poppy in the first game.
yeah.
Second game, Poppy, Renekton, Alistar, Vi, and Ornn.
And it's like that's just a way better strategy than just sitting there and giving targeting Shu like every single time and giving everyone else the picks that they've showed to be leads above on.
Yeah, especially when he has like such a big champion pool. It's like, okay, he's playing his 4th best champion, but it's still
Yeah, it's like irrelevant at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do have some good news out of this series. Shu and Vash have finally lost a game this year. So congratulations to Mountain for doing that one for us.
Yep. I'm also I'm
Yeah,
waiting
all
for Shu just
all
to start
old Infernal
playing
players
like
have lost a
Vlad.
game.
Yeah.
That would actually be insane if Shu just pulls out like
Yeah, you
the
should just
G2
play
picks
his
of
mid-pool
Syndra and
in-
Vlad
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, just play all his mid picks in bot lane. Like I've seen it. But it's still very
It wouldn't be bad.
you
like-
you just need AD somewhere else and
Well, they're mid laner to play AD.
yeah, or top and jungle. There you go.
Yeah.
Alright,
we'll see.
We'll Theorycraft Oceans drafts here.
Yeah, we'll just
So,
we'll send
tune
it
in.
to them free
Yeah.
of charge.
Yeah, that'd actually be a fun
Send it
series to
right
do
over.
though if you wanted to do that for 1 week.
Yeah. Drafting every team.
Oh yeah, it'd
Drafting
also be
teams.
fun to like
Like
build
you go
like
2 and 2
yeah,
and you split
build
it
like
each.
fantasy teams of like what Rex players you would put on what teams, like to just go at it.
Mm.
That'd be fun too. We should do that sometime.
Off season.
Off season, yeah.
All right,
In
and
houses.
that was the full recap of the previous week, and now we're just going to go into a brief talk about next week's picks. So
Bramble wins all 4 games.
Pickle wins all 4 games. All right, cool.
I said Bramble, okay? I'm an ape. My team
Pickle
carries me in
loses
the
all
actual
4 games, but
I'll try
Yeah.
to carry during practices, but they have to carry during the actual games.
Listen, Drake, you're an ape in practices
I
too.
know,
Let's be
I But more so in the actual games.
Yeah, actually, we did
Who we got
end up.
next week?
Sorry, that's my bad. We skipped Mountain's second victory over Ocean. Is there anything else to add to there? I just kind of assumed it was much of the same.
Yeah, it was
No,
pretty much the
it's
same.
it's
They were
pretty
ahead
much
whole
the
time.
same. Yeah.
J4 controlled the map again. Sasha
Yeah.
was a beast that series.
Yeah, ban the
Yeah.
J4.
Yeah,
If
she
you don't
absolutely-
ban the J4, you're doing something.
He
Well,
won so
I
many
mean-
fights just by Cataclysm. Like on
game was a
top of
little
three-
different though, right? Because Ocean actually had a pretty big lead in the bot lane early
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
they-
Yeah, they were so far ahead, and then Sasha just got one gank off where she hit like 2 people with Cataclysm, which did half their health because she had like 3 kills from the top side of the map,
Yeah,
and that just won the fight. They got 3 kills, and then that like switched bot lane. Yeah, like Shu and Vash were stomping that lane, and then
they were.
that one fight turned, and that I think that one fight is actually what lost in that game.
Where
That
they
was, like, the
aced,
turning
where they aced them in bot lane at the Tribos, right? Where they had the
Yeah.
Cataclysm
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the life form disintegration. And by the way, it's life form disintegration, Ray.
What was
All
I saying?
right.
He was saying life disintegration way, and I was tilting.
Whatever.
Okay.
I think
All
I
right.
was saying
All
life
right.
form.
But yeah,
But-
that was the turning point for sure because they established an 8K gold lead after that, and they just snowballed Baron ended. It was just like pretty cut and dry after that fight.
Well,
Yeah.
Huge.
there
huge
there
deal.
is something I do want to point out. A lot of the times, it seemed like they were trying to save everyone, on the side of Ocean, and they would just run in like an assembly line one by one, and I was just
Mhm.
sitting there screaming in my head, "Why? Why are you doing this? You just stop. He's dead. Just leave him. You're cut your losses and move forward."
It's because Ocean's friendly. We know this. Ocean is the most friendly
water
team. They
molecules
can't
are
let anybody go.
Yeah,
They're-
they're magnetic. Water
Yes,
molecules are
they're
magnetic.
polarized, so they just like all go together, you know. Capillary action right into the life form disintegration. Right.
I feel like that falls into like the paradox of like, if we're losing, we have to try to gain something.
Mm,
Where you don't always have to force gains.
so true.
So that just comes with adjusting to playing together as a team. And I know they've put in a lot of practice, so that should come together for them soon because we can never deny the power of the magnetized water molecules.
Yeah,
That you cannot.
they'll pull together, form a meniscus, right? Is that what it's
An
called?
aqueous layer.
Yeah. On the bottom.
Whenever I say layer, I just think of the Great British Baking Show.
I was thinking of like a cake.
Marissa's watching
Yeah.
that downstairs right now.
Dude, I love that show. It's so wholesome.
Yeah, they're coming out with episodes on Fridays now.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah. Just so you know, in case you guys are interested, Great British Baking Show. Great. Oh, Zabel left.
No,
Gotta
Yeah,
go
I'm
watch
off to
it.
go watch the Great
Yeah.
British Baking Show.
Bye.
comes back with some cake and like
Yeah,
cookies.
right.
I wish. Better
Here's my
share it.
cake, guys.
Haven't gone grocery shopping.
I want cake.
All right. Anyways, on to next week's games. No cake for you.
We're gonna talk about the prediction percentages for everybody from last week.
No. Just kind of skip
No,
over. it.
what's that? Oh.
Because it's not week 5, Zabel.
Ah,
You can't
okay,
do
okay, okay.
anything. Any
Just saying,
real
75%.
predictions till week 5.
Three out of 4 I'm kind of pissed at Air Drake for losing that one.
Oh
so
my
you
god,
gave
me too, man.
100%.
Okay.
Anyways,
Next week.
yeah, Sentinels versus Air Drake. What you got?
Sentinels.
Dude, yeah. Sentinels 2-0. I'm
Sentinels.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, Air looked very good early on. Like they were all collapsing and stuff. They just made some like mistakes later on.
Actually,
But,
you know
like,
what? I'm gonna say 1-1.
They reacted very well, so I feel like they have a chance because they collapsed very quickly. You know, like I don't
I'm
know
gonna-
who's controlling.
I'm gonna say Sentinels 2-0, simply because
Oh, you don't have
Um,
Elliot? Never mind.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't
Just
have
look at what
Elliot?
was locked
One-
in.
You don't have Elliot?
one, your shot color is actually not there. Two,
Oh, wait, yeah.
You haven't been playing as a team for like as a roster as a team for very long. So that just puts way more of an advantage to Sentinels, who have been playing together for this is
yeah.
their second season now, I believe. And it seems like their shot calling is a lot more clean than other teams, and it seems like they don't suffer from some of the mental boom that might happen on other teams.
But prove us wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2-0
I'm saying 2-0.
100%.
I'm saying
I
2-0
know what you
Sentinels.
guys talking about.
I didn't know you didn't have Elliot. That's 2-0 Sentinels.
Yeah, but we got Sushi coming up in the jungle.
There you go.
She's gonna slaughter people. Hatsu 5 ain't got nothing on her.
Well, it's gonna be some cooked sushi after that game.
Oh.
Throw it in the hot soup.
Mm. All right. So moving on to the next series, then we got Ocean Drake versus Brambleback.
1-1.
Ocean Drake Brambleback.
I'm saying 2-0 Bramble.
I
Hmm.
mean, I can't see what the actual teams are gonna be, so
I
it makes it
can't
a
either.
little hard.
Yeah, some people don't know how to lock in their rosters apparently.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
It's almost like there's a website. where you
Actually,
just
I
have
think
to
it's the
click the
Bramble
button.
thing because I forgot like 3 times last season. So,
You passed it on to me.
Well, it's also a you thing, Pickle.
yeah.
He's
I'm-
not the one that locks in rosters. That's on
I'm
me.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
calling the 2-0 Ocean here.
What?
I'm
Yeah,
also
I'm
gonna
calling
it.
agree with that.
Oh,
2-0
give us
Ocean.
a reason, man.
2-0 Ocean, dude.
Because 2 undefeated players is better than 1 undefeated player.
Well,
They're
you
not
can't say
undefeated
that.
anymore.
I know,
One-
but still.
2 champion, 2 ring holders.
Tell that to their O2 week. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, that
And
was
they
scary.
played the team that looks like the best team in the league right now. So give them a little
Wait, they
slack
didn't
for
play
that.
Brambleback?
Yeah, I said they
Yeah,
played
okay.
the team. Yeah, I said the best team. I don't know. Did I cut out when I said best? Like,
I'm sorry. Did you?
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
said B team. Oh,
Did
okay.
you
Oh,
lose
okay,
to
okay.
Infernal?
Oh man. Nah, definitely. I'll give him 1 game.
you think it's gonna be a 1-1?
I think I'm saying 1-1. We're
Alright.
gonna
I'm calling the Ocean 2-0.
we're gonna take
Let's do it.
game 1. Game 1, Bramble.
Oh, dude, that's putting hard stipulations
gotta
on your
give it to 'em.
predictions, man.
Yeah. Game 1, Bramble.
I'm just gonna write you
If we
down
win the
as that
first game, I'm
1-1.
gonna throw the second game. Is what I'm saying.
All right, so
Yeah.
Pickle Popper is benched for the second game. You heard it
Oh,
here. All right, next
Spencer.
series. Merc Wolves versus Mountain. I'm gonna go 2-0 Mountain.
2-0 Mountain.
Taking that one.
2-0 Mount.
Are the rosters locked in, or
Oh,
does someone
no,
else
they're
not know how to
not.
lock in their rosters? Oh, I guess everybody doesn't know how to lock in their. Well, to be fair,
they're-
Gray's Gambit says he locked his in, but Mountain was trying to add an extra player.
Yeah, their player isn't on the website. I don't think
Yeah.
you're right now.
Um,
Or wait, no, they might have actually forgot to.
They did forget.
Yeah, never mind.
say another 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Mountain
Yeah.
2-0. It's my
Not
call.
2-0.
Wolves are gonna
It's
win the first
cut and
one.
dry, to be honest.
Well, Merkles did make some nice roster swaps.
They did.
That looked pretty
I can't
good.
see that. So
Well,
But-
they're
so
gonna go
someone has
probably with the
insider
same.
information here.
No. It's the same roster swap they made from last
Oh,
week, right?
Okay.
Where they moved Bomb Bam to mid.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good point. He was dirty.
Yeah, Merc Wolves did look pretty sick, but I think, I don't know. I think that the Mountain Drake bot lane is going to be able to capitalize on the skill difference really,
It's a-
really heavily.
Yeah, there's a big discrepancy in the bot lane.
Zim is nasty. I just can't see Merc Wolves actually taking a game.
I could see it being close, but I think the team fighting with an AD carry that's just straight better is so important.
That does help.
I don't know. I think
Unless the
Unstream.
mid laners really fight and just kill the AD carry. So
Yeah, fair. But I feel like Unstream's a smart enough player that as soon as crap, I forgot his name already. Merkle,
Bombam.
yeah, Bombam's moves out of lane to try to help out somewhere else. The Unstream's going to be able to push up and get a lot of turret damage down.
Unstream also
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil
Champool's weird.
his pick, but like he has some spicy ass picks out there that like if Bombam decides to roam, he can punish that in a lot of ways with some of his picks. So that's all I'll say. But
Shen mid.
Yeah.
he has some
Teleport it.
spice. So 2-0 Mountain in
TF.
my opinion.
Surprise. Okay. We
Alright.
got a split here.
And
All
the
over place.
last match of the series.
Ooh,
The
who's
two
gonna get
teams with
who's
no
gonna get
wins.
their
Yeah.
first win?
No.
Somebody's gonna do this. I mean, it is possible in League of Legends if you forfeit at the same exact time that both
Who
of
the hell
Nexuses
is FF
explode.
Strafe God? Did they add another new player?
What is
This is like the 20-man SKT roster here for Gromp, dude.
Battle of the Amphibian?
Oh, they got dude. They have
God,
Tom,
don't bring that up.
they have Tom Nom Noms in the jungle, dog. That's a
What's
wrap.
happening?
Is that for Gromp?
I don't
Tom
know
Nom Noms is
most
on
of
Scuttle
Gromp's
Crab's
team,
team.
honestly.
Yeah, I don't know
Gromp's
what's
team is
happening.
Raw
next
Speed
week.
and Friends.
Honestly-
I'm gonna say Gromp 2-0.
Gromp 2-0. Bold.
Yeah. Actually, no. I actually don't know any of their team.
They swapped Shadow of Old back to the mid lane, which was actually something that I had suggested.
Yeah, actually, I
Uh,
didn't see Shadow before.
Yeah.
I might change that. It might be a Scuttle 2-0. I'm gonna change it completely. When I saw Shadow, I was like, yep, okay. He's just gonna play like
I'm-
Ryze and win the game.
Kind of confused
No.
on the roster. I would assume that Aetherfox would go back to jungle instead of being
Yeah,
carry.
I thought that would have been a better move too, but they probably
Yeah.
figured that Tom Nom Noms was not as good at AD carry as Aether Fox could be. So
Probably true.
probably just put him in the jungle on some like tanky bullshit and just
Yeah.
play for the mid game and late game team fighting with your hopefully ahead solo lanes. I think Scuttle Crab has this 2-0.
Yeah.
But if their bot lane is at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, they
Frostbite
probably
and Force Shot that thought are probably gonna run all over Aether Fox and Blaze It Nerd, so they have to play something that can just absorb pressure and be safe, or else it's gonna be kind of tough.
they're gonna need to ban out some of Frostbeat's poke champs like the brand and Velcro.
Yeah.
No, I honestly think you give it to him. Scuttle 2-0, by the way. Like, I think Scuttle's honestly just a better team. Like, I think Gromp can get ahead early, but I think the shot calling is all over the place and not clear on Gromp. So with Shadow in the mid lane, I think they can control that and just come out ahead.
But why would you want to give the one place in your map that's the weakest, the strongest champions to the enemy team that can, like, that's the point that they want to win really, really, really hard and have something that can like carry the game, like a Vel'Koz or like a Brand. So like, I feel like banning those is intelligent for the side of Scuttle Crab, and then they can just win mid and top, like regardless with their really talented players, and just soak pressure in the jungle. Like, I feel like you definitely want to focus bans to the bot lane if you're Scuttle Crab.
I disagree. Just simply on the fact that you can absorb the pressure bot lane. Like, if they can just sit there and not give up bullshit kills early, then they come out even or just slightly behind. And then you can make the rest of the map win super hard.
All right.
Basically says that apparently their ADC couldn't play this week, so they got Tom to jungle, and they had to choose where Shadow and Aether were.
Oh, okay.
BC, so
So it wasn't an intentional move of Shadow back to the mid lane, but I like that move regardless. I feel like putting your best player in the lane that has the most impact in the game, like jungle has a high impact, but I feel like the champion pool's not quite there. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know Shadow's jungle that much, but I really like him mid lane a lot more. I feel like he's super dominant. We saw that last season, and I think that if he can transition a lot of his pressure into the side lanes, that's just like a more effective strategy for them.
Isically then said, but it turned out their AD carry could play, but
That feels so
too late.
bad. They
Yeah,
should have
that
just
feels
pulled
so
a
bad.
Bramble or a Mountain and quote unquote forgot to lock in their roster.
No,
That would
don't
have
do
been the 200 IQ.
Do not
move.
encourage that. That is bad.
Yeah, definitely do that, guys.
everybody gets one.
Don't listen to Eric.
Everybody gets one.
Maybe don't use it week 3, but
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and say 2-0 to my Krabby boys.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to them. Scuttle Scut Scut boy.
Dude, let's go, boys.
But anyways, we're going to be moving on to the fun part of the night, the Jeopardy portion. And as you see, we have our characters lined up across the screen. Pickle Popper representing the broccoli, Zabel representing the lion, and Dynamic Killer pulling up with the penguin.
Pengu.
Eat your.
The pengu.
Oh, penguin's pretty good.
So how this is going
I'm
to work
winking. I'm winking. That's amazing.
is basically I have a text chat set up. And as soon as I start to read the question, whoever types A into that chat first will get the question. I'll pass it. And, normal Jeopardy rules. Answer it in questions always. And, yeah. If you want to play along Twitch chat, feel free to just shout out the answer. Or shout out troll answers to mess with some people. Whatever you want to do.
I mean, it's a little. The
I
stream's
will
a little
always go
delayed,
with Twitch
so-
chat.
Yeah.
That is a bad strategy. Right off
I
the
don't care.
bat.
We're
This
going.
isn't Jeopardy. You're not asking
Okay.
the audience.
Alrighty.
We'll ask the
You
audience.
ask the audience of Jeopardy.
And then to see who
This is it.
goes first,
Who wants to be a
Who
millionaire?
wants to be a millionaire?
That'd be really funny.
to see who picks the first category, I'm going to answer or ask a question, and whoever answers it first gets to go.
Do we have to type A to answer?
No, he just shouted out.
Oh, shit. All
Who
right.
is the best character in League of Legends?
Timo.
Got it!
Greg! Pickle Popper got it.
Fuck.
Oh, who is Timo?
Nah, it's fine. That one's fine. All right. Pickle Popper, the floor is yours.
Oh man.
What would you like for a category?
Can I get monsters and creeps for 500?
Boom.
500 off the bat.
Yeah. Have you not watched Jeopardy? It's completely that guy revolutionized the strategy.
Is there a daily doubles in here?
There are. I just kind of picked two at random.
Oh shit.
I mean,
so,
isn't
good
that
luck.
how it goes?
Okay, monsters and creeps. You earn this much gold by farming the first minion wave.
I'm a juggler. This isn't fair.
Yeah, same.
This is bullshit.
You used the lane.
Yeah, I was bad at it. Damn, I need an exact answer. That sucks.
Yeah, no idea.
All
Twitch
right.
chat, help.
Oh,
Oh,
we have a guess.
I'm gonna take a crack at it. 150.
That is incorrect.
Wait,
Minus 500.
128?
That is also incorrect.
No! Oh, you bastard! God damn it.
Okay. I'll do it.
Yes.
What is 139?
The correct answer is 105.
Oh.
Oh,
We're all at negative 500.
God, well, that's a good place to start. It's basically.
let's go.
All right, I'm just gonna bump you all. No, I'll leave you at negative 500. Whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Pickle Papa, the floor is still yours.
I
I love how cops.
can't where can I see this? I can't actually see it. Let's keep doing creeps then for the next one.
Oh my god.
100 or 400.
400.
All right. It takes a mini wave this long to reach the middle of a lane
God
after
fucking
spawning.
damn it, dude.
This is hard.
This is hard.
Well, you're picking the hard ones.
Fucking
I
It's not my fault.
um,
How about this? I'll give you plus or minus 2 seconds.
2.
Dynamic?
20 seconds.
That is incorrect.
Oh, I was gonna say when the first menu was.
Yeah, minus 900.
What is 54 seconds?
That is extremely wrong.
What the fuck?
All right, I got this. I got this. All right. 30
Oh, they-
seconds.
The correct answer was 32 seconds.
Oh, you got it!
Yes!
Is it really?
Yes.
Gonna go with 30 seconds and begin. God damn it.
Zabel?
Hell yeah, dude. All right.
You gotta go 500. Go.
All right.
Don't be a pussy.
I mean, do what you want, man.
Yeah.
All right. Champions by Ultimate 500.
Yay, my boy!
Voice of Light is the ultimate of this champion.
Fuck. That one's.
Sorry. Who said A first in that? That was Dynamic, I believe.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Dynamic. Was it? I thought it was Zable.
Aurelian Soul.
That is correct.
Well, I'm
Oh
a
shit.
failure.
Let's go.
Pickle Popper?
No.
What is wrong with
Yo,
I was like,
let's go.
Should have
Oh,
been a
man,
good.
that should have been free.
That's really that's so weird. I thought it'd be called like Space Mouth Rocket.
No,
Space
fuck no.
Oh my god, I'm done.
Uh,
Put me out to pasture.
Fake Aurelian Soul Man, dude.
I came up with a
Champion.
question, and then I figured out you were going to be a guest, and I was like, oh, this one's free for him.
Nope.
Dude.
I was like, nope, it's not Leona, it's not Diana. Actually, I don't know what Diana's old.
Rocks.
I
no.
knew that right off the bat too.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't know what Diana's ult is called?
I hate. I
Oh,
either
this is
I
gonna be hard for
feed.
you.
I
Alright.
I feed to that champion and I feed on that champion. I can't.
Champions
Dynamic?
by Ultimate 400.
All right. Final chapter is the ultimate of this champion.
That was Zabel.
Zabel?
Yumi.
That is correct.
God damn it.
All right, Zabel leading the pack with positive numbers. 300.
Hell yeah. All right, let's just go for Yummy. Let's go for Champions by Ultimate for 300.
Void Assault is the ultimate of this champion.
Ben first, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I didn't see people
Wait.
typing an A. It's hard for me because there are a bunch of A's. Dynamic Killer.
Rek'Sai.
That is incorrect.
Kha'Zix.
Zabel, it was your turn. That is correct.
Who is Kha'Zix? And it's Jeopardy. None of your points count.
To be
Hey,
fair,
that wasn't a stipulation from the start.
that's
we should
my
start
bad.
doing that from
That's
now
my-
on.
Yeah.
No, we're
Okay,
doing that from now
valid.
on. Yeah,
Okay,
I
I've
completely
also
forgot
I've
about
typed in, so now we have a in between each question.
Yeah,
You should
I'm
say
gonna-
what. You
I'm
should
gonna
say
start
what
doing
is
that.
Kha'Zix.
Yeah, yeah.
it. All right. The floor is yours, Mr. Positive.
Whew, Mr. Positive in Jeopardy, not in the right league. We'll just finish out Champions by Ultimate 200 and see what happens.
Infinite Duress is the ultimate of this champion. Zabel,
Warwick.
that is correct.
You used to know all this.
Yeah, that one I didn't know.
Would you like to finish it out?
Yeah, we'll do 100.
Chrono Shift is the ultimate of this champion. Dynamic, I believe, was first.
That is Echo.
Greg.
Who is Zillion?
Who is Zillion?
I'm ahead of you. Get
Pickle
out of
Popper, that is
here.
correct.
Who is Zillion?
It is Zillion.
I got to my mains. I got one of them.
That was actually kind of a trick question.
Yeah, what's Zillion's Chrono what?
Chrono Break is
And what's
Echoes.
Echo's called? Yeah, Chrono Break. Yeah,
Yeah.
ooh, that was close.
Zillion's is Chrono Shift.
That was a tough one.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
50-50, right?
Yeah.
Unless you know. Unless you made that.
Unless you
shit.
know. Yeah, unless you main that champion.
Unless you
Apparently,
know
when you main the
minus
champion,
800.
you should know, right? Isn't that saying?
What was that Brilliant Soul called again? Space
The final chapter.
Space Melt.
Space
Space
Mountain.
Battle.
Yeah.
Releasing their new album is
Space Mouth, go!
All right, Pickle Popper, the floor is yours.
Name that ability for 300.
That is our daily double. You,
What?
you get to
How much
wager.
can I bet?
I'll give you. You don't have any points. How do you wager?
I know, but well, okay. What's the, and if you're negative, if you don't have enough points in Jeopardy, like if you get the first daily W, you can bet so much. How much is it?
You can
think
bet.
you can bet
I'll
up to
give
the
you,
value of
You
the-
can bet 800. How about that? You can get back to positive.
You can take the lead with that.
No, because they'll put me.
Yeah, Yeah,
okay,
because it's
I'll
doubled.
I'll wager 800.
No, it's not doubled. You only get the 800.
You know, it's you only get 800.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Don't you fools watch Jeopardy?
Yeah. No.
No.
Yes.
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 800. What's like glue? Oh, it's something adhesive, isn't it? Mega adhesive?
Is that your final answer?
What is mega adhesive?
That sounds like it's it.
That is correct.
Hey, nice.
Back to 0 points.
Let's go.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
The scores right now are amazing.
Oh
800,
my-
0, and minus 800.
Let's go.
As a math nerd, I like that. Anyways, Pickle Popper, the floor is yours still.
Holy shit, let's go. Abilities for
500.
500, yeah. Let's try to get dynamic up to positive.
Heimerdinger Q.
Oh,
Fuck.
that would. I have an idea, but I'm not confident enough to wager 500. Okay, if no one else is guessing, could I just throw it out but not have it like as an actual like thing?
No, because
Oh.
you're just gonna see it.
Well, I'm gonna see
Fuck
it like
it.
in a
I'll
while.
go. Fuck it.
Your little
Uh,
tower thingy.
Hextech turret.
That is close, but incorrect. Anybody else would like to wager a guess?
Nope.
All right. The answer that's up here is wrong. I messed up, but the correct answer is H28G evolution turret.
Damn it.
So
That's
ignore the micro
bullshit.
rockets. My bad.
Micro rockets.
Yeah, H28G evolution.
When you
turret.
said close, you just meant he also said turret.
He
right?
did say turret,
Because of fucking
and I'm
almost
believing the H
close.
stands for Hextech.
Most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I
That makes sense.
I believe it does.
Pickle Popper, still yours.
400. Same category.
Swaney.
Did they change the name?
Dynamic Killer.
Evermove?
Sorry, I need to go back to this. I have a cheat sheet. That is correct. It is
Nice.
Never Move.
Did not have. I was like, grabby thing?
Grabbing the-
I
Grabby-
knew the old one was called Never Move, but I didn't know if they changed it or not with the rework.
Grabby thing
Also,
is not
I like
correct.
that shout out to Edgar Allan Poe. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty great. Turns out,
done.
Riot employees are actually kind of smart.
Okay.
Who would have
sure.
thought?
Just not the balance team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dynamic
the
Killer?
creative team,
Shout out,
good
John.
job. Except for some champions like.
Let's go. Skin lines for 500.
Skin lines for 500. There are this many headhunter skins in the game.
Wait.
No looking it up.
What
No.
is 2?
That is incorrect.
Back down to negative 500.
Oh, man.
Wait, Ben's at negative
Uh,
900? I thought he got some points last time.
He did. He was at negative 13.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because, all right, if you're not gonna go, 1.
That is also incorrect.
I know there's
Italy
at
and
least
Rengar.
Rengar and Caitlyn. Oh, wait.
Wait, there's a headhunter, Caitlyn?
Yeah. Wait, shit. Does that mean.
Wait, there's a.
Oh,
headhunter-
I'm not going to risk it. Nope.
there's a
Go for it.
headhunter
Do
I'm
it.
not
Caitlyn?
risking it. Nope,
Do
not
it.
doing it.
Come on,
doing
come
it.
on.
Wait, there's a headhunter Caitlyn skin?
All right.
There is. It
There
might
are
only be-
5 in total.
Okay, I would have lost. I would have
Yeah,
said 3.
probably. That was a hard one.
Oh,
Alright.
shit, I have.
Dynamic
that
Killer still on you.
skin. Wait.
Uh,
I didn't know that was a headhunter.
Hey, get out of your League of Legends client.
I'm not in. Actually, I do have the client open, but no, I literally just googled headhunter Caitlyn. Okay.
all right, let's do a Team Fight X for 500.
Team
Wait,
fight.
can you tell us
I'm
what
sorry.
they
Team
were?
facts for 500. You said.
Yeah.
I want to know what the 5 headhunter skins.
The 5 headhunters are Akali, Caitlyn, Yi, Nidalee, Rengar.
Mm,
Perfect.
Yeah, I
Only
knew
one,
Yi
too.
was one.
makes
I just-
sense.
And Caitlyn, I didn't know the other
Oh man.
3.
Okay.
KM pancakes with a nun. That would
Yeah.
that would have been really funny if I said like something else. Yeah,
How
never
many
mind.
pool party
I'd
nocturne
make up-
skins are
Make
there?
up a skin.
Yeah.
I didn't do any pool party ones because they're Or did I? I don't know. Anyways,
Or did
team
I?
facts are 500. In season 4, this team had the longest average win time.
Oh. Oh, I'm not in the client.
Dynamic Killer?
I feel like it was Infernal.
That is incorrect.
The undefeated team having the longest average win time? Probably
Pig
unlikely.
Diddley.
Wait, undefeated? You didn't say undefeated.
No, I
Longest-
didn't.
Oh.
No, but
Who are Bramblebacks?
That is also incorrect. They were another winningest team.
Oh man.
Zabel, would you like to venture a guess?
nope.
Just holding on that lead, not playing the game. Fair.
Wow. What a bitch.
The answer is Mountain.
Oh,
Mountain.
At least Brambles have
it
some
would have been funny if the
macros.
answer was Gromp because they just didn't win at all. So technically, their win time would have been infinite.
Their
Or
win
is it
time did
zero?
not exist, is
Yeah.
how I thought of it.
Undefined?
Yeah. Undefined.
That would have been a funny trick question.
Team facts for 400.
Team facts for 400. Infernal was the champion last season. These 3 teams also have won the title. You have to get all 3.
Hmm. Wasn't there one team that won twice?
Right?
So there's only, guess one of them twice.
No. There have been no repeats.
Oh yeah, no, because this is the 5th season.
Mm.
There's not a winner yet.
All right, 5 seconds.
All right, I'll strut.
Dynamic. Start at season 3.
Start by season 3.
That's
Oh
the one.
fuck!
Well, that's the
uh,
most recent one, right? Other than Infernal.
I believe it was Air,
That is correct.
then Ocean, then fuck. I don't know the first one.
I'll give you a hint for the first one. There were 4 teams, so you get to guess, and they were all Drakes.
Mountain.
Mountain is correct, but you did not get Ocean right. It was Scuttle that won season 2.
Damn, I knew that one. I just didn't know Mountain. Fuck.
Unfortunate on that.
Eh?
Air, Scuttle, and Mountain.
X Utachi Uchiha X.
Tachi Uha. Oh god. All right. Skipping
Wait,
that.
Did he answer it? Because I didn't get a chance to answer after
You
got it
didn't
wrong.
type A into the
timed
chat.
out.
I typed it
Time.
after he was done.
It was too
answering.
late.
No,
Oh man.
you gotta type it out beforehand because
Oh.
I started giving away hints and stuff. Come on, that's not
don't
fair.
give away hints.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Dynamic.
Team facts for 300.
These 2 players have been on air, Drake, every season. Hint, they're still on air, Drake.
I
this season.
already pressed A
Uh,
multiple times.
Dynamic, you're up.
Shoemaker and Icically.
That is correct.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm only minus 2,000.
Only minus 2,000.
you do realize you have to pay this money directly, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, fuck off. Hard fuck off. Team facts for 200.
Team Facts 200. This team has a 100% first blood rate this season.
Wait. I feel like this was like counterintuitive.
Dynamic?
I feel like it's Gromp for some reason.
That is correct.
Actually, it's incorrect. He didn't answer a question on any of these.
I have not been doing that, so
Oh,
I'm
we agreed
sorry.
it was a thing. so
Bad
it's
Trebek.
You make a better Jeff.
Hey, this is why I'm Darth Trebek, okay? It's the dark
Yeah.
side. He doesn't care about questions. Whatever.
You're supposed to be lawful evil, though.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. Just to make the game fair, then, I'm going to put Zabel at 0 points.
Oh, no.
Lawful and evil.
That's not fair.
Just
Everyone's
kidding.
back at 0.
All right.
Yes,
Dynamic,
let's
still on
go.
you?
Team facts for 100.
Team Facts to 100. This team has a 0% first tower rate this season. Dynamic, I believe, was first.
Is it Raptors?
I need to check the stats to make sure they didn't change. 'Cause I did this last night. And
I know who it is.
Yeah. All right, Zabel, your guess?
Who is Infernal?
That is correct.
Of course, you know the one about your own team.
All right, Infernal, you have the floor. Or Zabel, you have the floor, should say.
All right. One and the same, boys. Let's go with name the ability for 100.
Akali W. I think Dynamic was there first.
Shroud?
That is incorrect.
What is Twilight Shroud?
That Pig Diddler. It is your
Yeah,
question.
that was my answer.
Wait,
Pig-
I thought I said the.
No, it's Dynamic, then Pig Diddler.
And then
Oh,
Eric-
dude, I saw the chat in the wrong order then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that
then
feels
my
so
answer
bad.
was the same. Like, no BM.
Pig Diddler.
What is Twilight? Shroud?
That is correct.
Yeah, I actually knew it. Like, no BS.
Oh, this chat must be lagging because mine looks like it's first.
Well, no, it was yeah, that's my bad. I
Yeah.
put in the dots way too late.
Yeah, you put it.
I need to do that
after me
before-
Zabe.
Oh, okay.
Before I
that's-
read the
Yeah,
question.
yeah. That's what
Sorry.
happened there.
Pickle Popper.
That
That is also acceptable, Sickly. What is a bullshit mechanic?
I don't know what the categories are.
We have champion. Name the ability, creeps, monsters and creeps, factions, and skin lines. Left.
Skin lines for 200.
Skin lines for 200. Name 3 out of the first 5 original Star Guardians. Dynamic.
Lux, Jinx, and Syndra.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Who was next? Pig Diddler? All right, sorry. Pickle Popper. Your name in the chat is screwing with me, man.
Okay.
Pig Diddler.
Pickle Popper. It's a Smurf name.
They don't
Yeah.
call him Pig.
Okay. Who are what? Misfortune, Lulu, and Lux.
That is incorrect.
All right.
Okay,
alright. All right. Who are Lux
Look, he's looking at
Ari-
his screen.
and Jinx?
That
Yeah,
is
because
also
Cop-
incorrect.
No, cop again.
We had Lux, Jinx, Lulu, Janna, or Poppy.
Oh, Ari.
I should have went with the.
Yeah, Syndra was not correct. Misfortune was not correct.
Oh well. Hefty lead here, still, boys.
Still a hefty lead. Who picked that one? Pickle Popper. It is your choice.
Same category for 100.
Skin lines for 100.
Yeah, sure.
This skin line features Yordles in a war setting. Dynamic?
I have no fucking idea.
That is incorrect.
No.
What is? I have no fucking idea.
Commando?
Since you're... No, that is incorrect. Pickle Popper?
What is Omega Squad?
That is correct, sir.
This one.
Couldn't remember the
Fucking
actual
got him,
name of-
dude. Turns out the actual names are super important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, no shit.
What else is going on? Like the stream.
Pickle Popper?
Same category for. Is there still one in this category?
There's 300
400
left.
Wait, do you not have the stream
400.
open?
That is the other
behind.
daily double.
Oh my god.
God damn
sorry.
it.
I bet this
I'm
time-
assuming you're wagering 1,000.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, wager 1,000.
You definitely cannot play these 3 champions.
Who are Blitzcrank, Udyr, and Vel'Koz?
That is correct. Back to 0 points off another daily double for Pickle Popper.
You bastard.
Oh man.
That was the only pun question I had. Sorry.
That's
I know
pretty
some
good.
of them were supposed to be. That's
I'm
the
kinda
only one I could think of.
disappointed
Yeah.
300. Finish the category off.
This
Darn.
champion received the first ever Victorious skin. Zabel?
Who is Jarvan?
That is correct. Jarvan the
Oh.
fourth.
Nice.
Whew.
All right. Zabel with a $1,000 lead. Pickle with 0. And Dynamic Killer said he got a very comfortable negative 2,300 points.
Dude,
And
it's the
now-
negative 2,300 power spike, dude. It's just like playing
Yeah,
Yasuo.
it's all good. We'll be fine.
We will take a slight commercial break. I'm not sure about you guys, but when I get really hungry, I enjoy the delicious taste of Fig Newtons. They are very satisfying and extremely healthy for you. Not sure your thoughts on it, but I think you guys should all pick up some Fig Newtons next time you're at the store. And we're back.
Sell them at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, sell out, whatever. All right.
Our markets don't
um,
have Fig Newtons.
Zabel, your category, sir.
We'll pick name the ability 200.
Name the ability for 200. Cho'Gath E. Pickle.
What are void spikes?
That is incorrect.
I was gonna say that.
You're welcome.
Dynamic or Zabel?
Well, I'm not touching that one now because void spikes was my answer.
It was close.
Void barb.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
The void spikes. So-
The answer is Vorpal spikes.
Oh.
Very close. Unfortunate on that.
Oh man.
Still your category, Zabel.
Let's go with factions for 300.
Factions for 300. Mount Targon was the birthplace of these two sisters. Pickle.
Oh, actually, who are Leona and Diana?
That is incorrect.
Is it really?
Zabel.
Back to the negatives.
I'm mad that. Oh, who are Kale and Morgana?
That is correct, sir.
God damn it.
Really?
I was thinking
They're
there's no
Mount
other
Tarragon?
sisters. I would have said Diana and Leona. Thank God you answered first.
God damn, I gotta stop doing this, man. Wait, they're Mount Tarragon?
They were
Blows
born
my
there, yeah.
mind. Man, I've stopped paying attention to. I gotta go back to that League universe thing. I used to keep up with that. That just
Dude,
became
it
too much.
just changes constantly. Fuck
It became
that.
way too.
Yeah,
much.
it does. Anyways, yeah.
The Tarek story though.
Zabel?
Lit.
Let's go factions for 400.
Factions for 400. This city is known as the City of Iron and Glass.
That me?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, it's you.
Dawn.
That is correct.
Yeah, but
I'm surprised anyone actually got that.
what?
That was good.
I would never known.
What other Vandal City?
Like Pilter,
like-
I don't know.
Fair. Boosted iron. Nice. Pickle.
Let's go 500. Same category.
Factions for 500. Anivia, Braum, Gragas, Nunu, and Tryndamere belong to this tribe.
Oh, there's like specific tribe names.
Yeah.
That's why it was
No.
the 500.
Wait.
Wait,
Wild Lanes.
Dynamic.
wait, fuck.
Can you name them? Oh, afterwards. Can you name
No, I don't know the actual tribe. I know it's Freljord, but
Oh, well,
yeah, no, I'm already fucked.
Final answer?
Yeah, no, I'm fucked. Go ahead.
No, I'm
take
fucked.
my
is-
points away.
Can you name them again?
What is no, I'm fucked? Thank you.
Nailed it. Wow, that was worth 3,000. Amazing.
Yeah. Anyways,
Can you name the champions again?
Zabler Pickle,
No,
Anivia,
Nope.
Braum, Gragas, Nunu, and Tryndamere.
not Iceborne. That's Lysandra.
What
I am
is
Iceborne.
Avarison?
Yeah,
Morrison?
that was my third guess.
Okay, 200 factions. Let's move it along.
Factions for 200.
200.
Timo and Lulu are from this city. Pickle.
What is Bandle City?
That is correct.
Yordle!
What is Bramble City?
What is
Right?
Bramble City?
Hell
That's
yeah.
where we're all from, baby.
Negative. Very negative.
Pickle. Your category.
100 for factions.
100 for factions.
Drew creeps and monsters.
Talon and Katarina are part of this faction. Pickle.
Actually, what is Noxus?
That is correct.
Monsters and creeps for 100.
Monsters and Creeps for 100. He goes. This camp is worth 86 gold. We have 2 junglers. Pickle.
What is Gromp?
That is correct.
What
2
up?
junglers
I don't
here
know
today.
really Souls Up, but I know my.
I don't have to answer.
Besides the one near mid lane, it's not like I steal that
He's
one,
gonna
right?
catch up, man. He's gonna catch up.
Okay, 200.
Monsters and Creeps for 200. Krugs spawn at this time.
Oh, do I guess?
Dynamic.
204.
That is incorrect.
Basically, you led me astray.
You read me astray.
What is 305?
That is also incorrect.
Fuck.
If you could do it after red buff. God damn it.
Wait, red buff spawns at what? Oh, like 145.
130.
130, really? Oh, never mind.
Zabel, you
I
answer?
was thinking 2.
No, I'm not answering.
All right.
Bitch.
The answer is 1 minute and 42 seconds.
Damn, it's hyper specific.
I would have also the plus 2 seconds rule applied there.
Oh, okay. Damn. Then
I know I didn't say it, but it did.
Okay, last question.
Last question.
For all the marbles.
The
Dynamic,
earliest
you got
Elder
this.
Dragon can spawn is at this time. Dynamic.
35.
That is
Minutes.
incorrect. Zabel's next.
What is 36 minutes?
That is correct. So,
Okay.
just I guess what would you like to wager? You can message it in chat.
Oh, is it Final
Everything.
Jeopardy?
But everybody type in.
Everything.
I'm gonna put it in to the screen, but just have it ready in the group chat, and then just press enter when I count to 3.
Can Dynamic
Wait,
do
how
it?
much can we wager?
You can only wager as much as you have.
Pickle Popper, you can wager 100.
Oh,
Dynamic,
fuck.
you can wager 3,300.
Okay, so he just wagers
So
nothing and he
Sable wins,
wins. Lame.
How about you can all wager? You can all catch up to 1,600.
Oh
How
shit.
about that?
Okay, well then I'm changing
Yes.
that rule.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I guess. Wait.
Let's make it more.
We can all
fun.
catch up to 1,600.
You can all catch up. Zabel,
There
you
we
might
go.
want to worth at least 1.
Oh yeah. Okay. If we can all catch up to 1600.
So they would tie.
And we
you
don't
if
and
they
we don't
got
know
it.
the question
You
first.
do not know the question.
Okay.
We can.
Wager it all.
So
Are we putting it-
Come on. Let's
Dynamic,
go.
I'm gonna put you at 4,900 for your wager. Pickle is going 14.99. So
So if I get it wrong, I'm still at 1.
that's not
I'm
how
going
that
I'm
works.
going all in. I'm wagering it all.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's not how that works.
No, that is not.
Never mind.
It won't let me put your score in though. It's being really weird. Zabel's going for 1,600, and Pickle is going 14.99.
Yeah.
Holy
Maybe.
crap! Why won't it do this? It keeps deleting it on me. All right. Well, Pickle, you were wagering 0 for now. Wait, maybe it doesn't let you do 99s. That's probably what it is.
Okay, whatever. Okay, 1,500.
Oh,
Well, future
maybe it's
wagers.
not letting you wager more than you have. That might be it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the app is doing it. Whatever. Screw the
Wait.
app. All right, you're wagering 100.
Wait,
but...
he can wager 40.
Yeah, I don't-
There's no value attributed to his amount because it's
Yeah,
so
it's just
negative.
negative. Okay, that's
Maybe
fine.
they just don't think that you can go that negative. Like, who
Yeah, they're like, you
Jeopardy
broke
game?
it. You
the
broke it.
game.
You broke it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. That's fine.
Anyways,
100. They're both gonna get it wrong. I'm gonna get it right, so
Alright.
I'm still gonna win.
oh, it's yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to change that for dynamic too. That's what the giant red button said. All right. How many champions are there currently in League of Legends?
Are we?
Message me on the League of Legends app or Facebook or something.
Hmm.
Man, Google is open.
I'm yeah, so if I read the league line.
No cheating. Come on, just be nice about
Is it plus or minus, or do you have to have the exact number?
it. Exactly.
Fuck it. I don't know.
I have no
Oh
idea.
wait, they just add.
Are they typing in
I
chat?
think I definitely went. Wait.
They are typing in chat.
It's not plus or minus 1 for the answer.
It's not plus or minus 1.
Plus or minus
Ooh.
100.
Where do we message our answers?
On Facebook, Discord. You're the last one
can't
to
type.
answer, so you can put it in the Zoom chat.
Okay. Trust in the Twitch chat.
Which Twitch chat are you trusting in?
I hope the right one.
The correct answer is 145.
God
damn it! So was I!
Oh man.
So actually, Pickle Popper and Zabel end up winning this. At 0 points.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. That is amazing.
Okay, dynamic. You
Oh
can
my
pay
god, I
by,
sickly typed
check
out
or
words, so I
PayPal.
ignored his comment.
Thank you for funding the rec league.
Shut the fuck up.
$5,000.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
We can also change that to being 200 subs if you want.
Yeah.
That's
Give 200
200
subs.
months.
Up to you. Up to you.
I'll get right on that.
We
Don't
can
worry
do
about it.
installments. We have payment
The checks
plans.
in the checks in the mail. The checks in the mail.
All right.
Oh man, it got lost.
Anyways, thank you
Yeah.
to all our contestants for playing. Now we're gonna move on to a quick Q&A from Twitch chat. If you have any questions for Pickle Popper, Dynamic Killer, or Zabel, or I guess me, feel free to chime in, ask a question. It can be about League, life.
Oh, hit us. Where's Adolma with those life questions?
Ooh, yeah, seriously, where is the Dolma? We need that. I think the real
Favorite
question
type of pie?
for me, apple.
We're not going into pie questions again.
Favorite type of pie? They're not gonna say anything.
Pie's trash.
You are
I'm
just
done.
wrong.
And that's why Infernal is not undefeated this season. What's your favorite type of meat?
Don't let Ben answer this one.
Why not?
Duck.
Hmm.
As a vegetarian, I still say duck.
It's a good one from Cop, though. Favorite champion that you wish was meta? Let's start with you, Zabel.
I would say Graves.
It's a good one. Dynamic?
Honestly, I would say, like, as a jungler, I'd say probably like Rengar or like Kha'Zix, but honestly, it would have to be like Brand mid. It just because I love playing Brand.
Fair enough. Pickle?
I've ever had in my life. In all honesty, though,
Dillian.
do I wish was meta? I feel like you can basically play it.
What about that Sneeze Lord in the mid lane? The one with the big AoE ultimate that you don't really know?
No, I don't want it to be meta because then people know what to do against him.
That's fair.
Oh wait, no, I'm changing my answer. Fizz Jungle. 100% Fizz Jungle.
I'm looking at stuff. I'm like, this is all meta.
All right, I'm giving you 5 seconds.
Nasus mid.
All right, that's a good one.
AP Nasus mid. I wish that was good.
I'm gonna go with Teemo, but that's just me. Not everybody likes cancer. The next question we had is, where's your Rec League hat, Pickle Popper? Another question is from Tim.
God damn
Dynamic,
it.
how do you get your head so shiny?
Well, here's the story. It's so I can shine a beacon of light to all the idiots to congregate near me.
That's why
Oh,
Tim.
But he
lives
said
in
how.
so that's how our team
yeah.
formed.
That makes sense. Have you guys ever heard Tampa Bay bust down?
No.
No.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I've heard.
It's probably a jam.
All right, Cop with a real question. Which Rec League player do you think is showing the most improvement? Cop, do you mean for the season or like since season 1?
Maybe just like past 2 seasons, maybe.
Yeah, just give us a start time for that question. We'd appreciate that greatly. Current season.
It's not week 5 yet, so.
Yeah, you can't really give any answers. Not week 5. That meme didn't get used enough.
Bench champ. Does he count? It's that guy.
I would say
First win. First win in the Rec League's bench champ. So
like,
who else could say?
this is just sound BM, but it's not. Honestly, I think it's anyone on our team.
Sasha.
Yeah,
Right.
Sasha coming out with a straight up 2-0. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, legit carrying those 2 games.
Yeah, I would
gotta
say. Yeah, I would say on stream. Just thinking of the context of last season, and I know that wasn't like part of the actual question, but like I think it's still important to look at the context of like being on a team that had such a mental boom early and just like I don't even think they really even wanted to play together at all, and then coming into this season and having such a dominant performance early on, I think is probably the biggest improvement in my opinion.
Well, you could say the same for any member of Old Grump. Like, if you're looking at that context, then definitely anybody who was on Old Grump going 0-16 was a boom to everyone, especially after that season. Like, we were all mentally exhausted, didn't want to talk to each other, didn't want to deal with each other at all. And somehow me and Knife are still on the same team, still doing relatively very well.
Grace Gambit, he hasn't slept through a single game yet.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
100% Gray's Gambit uptime. We should get a tracker on that. So
We did.
Actually,
is it down right now? Add
He-
Gray's Gambit to that. See if he's sleeping.
he was with us at the beginning of the show. He probably isn't anymore.
Yeah.
I blame Isabel for being too boring.
Dainty Taco trying to cozy up to over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to be nice for next
Ooh,
week.
Coach of the Split Award.
Hashtag no coaches.
Hashtag coaches probably.
I'm taking that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand. We don't really have coaches.
There are no coaches.
Well, if you look at it in the context of like who leads draft and who's the
the
primary
captain?
shot caller, and I guess it could be looked at who is captain of the split then.
So whoever wins the split, we'll give that one to.
Yeah,
Makes
a
sense
tough
to
call.
me.
Not week
Yeah.
5 yet.
Yeah, not week 5.
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
I mean, if you're talking about like player improvement and focusing on player improvement, I would just say Shu, because like that's his like entire thing.
Yeah.
So like if we're basing it on like how it is right now, because we don't have the data from week 5 obviously yet, we would have to just go with the person who's proven themselves to be able to take teams and improve them and take them to the next level. So I think Shu would be my go-to pick there, like 100%. Like I don't think there's any contest really.
By the way, we're not having a show on week 5. We're just skipping that one entirely. Spoilers.
Yeah, because we have to acquire all the data. It's going to take a long time.
It's gonna be a real long time.
to plug all my info into SPSS and then figure out what the trends are here for teams. So need like a full weekend for that one.
But back to the most improvement. I think I would put the Scuttle bot lane. I didn't think they were going to be looking too good, but they came out swinging. They've been doing really well so far. Although we'll see what happens next week with Aether Fox as the AD carry.
I was going to say, aren't they 0-4? I don't know. Is that?
I don't know. They're 0-4, but they've still been doing well, right? In their
Yeah,
matchups.
they've been putting up some okay numbers for
Yeah.
sure. I was trying to remember what the team that was.
Yes, Scrublord. That's Ted. That's a really good question, but it is Ted.
Turn back.
Ted.
No.
Question: what's Ted?
Search. Who
No,
is Ted?
that's Ted.
Yeah, that should be the question. Then.
What's Ted? Ted is this guy who dies a lot. Pretty much sums up the whole character.
Wasn't here to say it.
I want some more interesting questions in here. Come on, boys.
All right,
Cop, burn them out.
we'll give
Ask me anything.
another question, another minute or two for questions before we sign off. Anybody has anything you would like to? Who is?
I don't know.
I had no idea.
Basketball player. Some lore shit. I don't know.
Something you can find the answer on Google.
I got this. I got this. 1 second.
Oh, after going negative like 3,000, I didn't know if you knew how to use Google.
Hey, I wasn't trying to.
Ooh, why is Dynamic Killer the best jungler on this stream?
Well, because we've seen Eric's Rengar.
Hey, shut up.
Ooh.
Rengar is great. You've not seen it, by the way.
You jungled last season.
You
if
saw
I
my
remember.
Jax.
I thought you Rengared too.
You know
I
what
don't
else
think
we've
so.
seen? We've seen Dynamic Killer's Evelyn. Talk about
Yeah.
1,000 damage, 35-minute Evelyn. No BM.
No BM, you say.
Is Sickly? Yes, next week. Or this week, I should say.
This week.
3 days,
Was that
yeah.
was that my? I think I called the. Who were they playing?
You said 1-1.
I said 1-1. Oh shit! All right.
Honestly, I wouldn't say I'm the best jungler though at all. I think my team plays like we play our style really well, and yeah, it's and I think I
Yeah, you
think
don't
I'm
want to do
showing really good improvement, especially not playing jungle for a while now. But I think there's much more talented junglers in the rec league than me.
Yeah, Zabel only knows how to cancel or camp mid lane. Like,
But he does it effectively.
No, all he does is camp mid lane, counter jungle, and get high vision score, dude. What a fucking scrub.
Ooh, Dainty, you should talking
who
some
is the
fighting
most
words.
honest?
Yeah, I would say Mouse Mazing is super modest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
just from what I've heard from the guy, I haven't really talked to him too much personally, but like he seems super nice and super.
Was that like a Modest Mouse reference?
Yes, it was.
Good.
That's
Who's the
actually
most
can't
modest?
go-
Actually, well, it's definitely not Sasha. I hope Sasha's watching.
Yeah, have you seen
Yeah.
her comments in the channel? Quote
Love you,
unquote.
Sasha.
They haven't
Just
played
not the
Mountain
most
yet.
modest.
He's the most modest. I thought it was Rovian for a while, but he's like low key like super confident in like BM, but like in like a passive aggressive way. I love it. It's hilarious because it's Rovian.
It's really fucking funny.
I think modest. Probably
if you
Cop.
say
I would
yourself,
say Cop.
Oh, Cop also is up there.
Yeah. I would
yeah,
say
no,
Cop.
Cop is definitely up there.
Wait, who asked that question? Oh, Covert Panda. All right, because if Cop asked that question knowing he'd be the answer, then that'd be like
That would be
Wait.
hilarious.
Wait,
Who's the
wait,
most
wait,
modded?
minus
Me!
points. Meh.
Best ADC NA.
Double lift.
I mean, there's one,
Rovian.
there's like a silhouette of double lift behind like the screen for that question. It's just under there. It's just only him. It's like, it's double lift. Like, who is this Pokemon? Double lift.
Pikachu.
No,
It's Pikachu. It's
I
Clefairy.
disagree. I disagree.
All right, who's
and
better
the
than
result-
double lift?
Bang. He has multiple rings to show for it.
Bang, bang, bang.
Doesn't have any NA championships to show for
It
it.
doesn't matter. He won
Best
worlds.
AD carry NA.
It
Well, I mean, you
Won
can use that
Worlds.
logic too, right? Like his team might have won worlds, but
But he
The
came to
dude-
NA and now isn't the best.
Bang
Best
is
AD
super
carry
sick
NA,
AD
double
carry,
lift.
I don't know.
Iki.
It's NA D carry.
You're all wrong. It's definitely Tyler won.
Yo,
What
no,
are-
cutie pie, man,
No.
cutie pie, 100%
Cutie
cutie
pie.
pie.
Honestly,
What was the
though,
other
Where'd he
question?
go? Where's cutie?
Now they're saying who's the best AD carry in the rec league?
As of last week, I
as
don't know.
of last
it's,
week.
it's before week 5, man. Can't even talk.
Too soon. It's,
No,
it's
too
Zine,
soon.
but it's too soon.
ZM is looking super good.
it's Pickle Popper. Prove me wrong.
Cobra Panda, I am the best AD carry in the rec league. Bane is not the best. I know, right? Fucking. Thanks, Tim. Fucking get that shit out of here. Double lift or die.
I think it'd probably be between Zeem and Rovian, in my opinion.
And now
We're
this
still
is gonna
waiting
be
for
this is gonna
for
be
Shu to show up.
controversial, but I don't think. Okay, so Rovian's good and all, but I wouldn't put him in the conversation for best AD carry, not even top 3, and that's not because he's not a good player. I think he's a good player, but I don't think that like.
We're not doing this right now. We're
wanna do
not
it.
getting into
No,
this.
I
wanna
want to
do
get
it. I wanna
into
do
it.
it.
I want to get
We
into
are
it.
Ask
This
the
is an
question.
AMA, Eric. Let's
Ask the
go.
question. I have the answer.
Fuck,
No,
man.
I won't get
Just
into
gonna
it.
get
though.
flamed
Oh.
again.
It's
You know,
like-
you go for it. I'm just gonna
Alright.
chill back here.
He's just gonna
Yeah,
mute
See
me.
us.
Go ahead.
down.
Come on,
Alright,
I'm
alright.
listening.
So like, I feel like to be in the conversation for best AD carry rec league, you have to consistently show the ability to do things in the lane that punish your opponent. And I think that Rovian plays the lane well to not lose, but I don't think that he plays the lane to win. And I think when you play like, this is a quote from Double Lift that I'm gonna fuck up, but like when he's on, he's really, really on, and when he's not on, he's like trash. So like he goes for like the risky plays. And I think that the ability to recognize your strength and have confidence to go for plays rather than just sitting back and farming and waiting for your triple tank comp to like win the game while you're on scaling AD carry makes you a good player for your team, but I wouldn't say that it makes you in the conversation for top AD carry. And I think that's why players like Zeem and like Shu that are willing to like use their skill and their advantage and their confidence to punish people are stronger at the AD carry role than like role players like Rovian. And Rovian's a great role player, but I wouldn't put him in the conversation for best AD carry rec league. And that's my logic there.
I mean, that's solid logic. I just kind of
Just
disagree with the fact that like sitting there and saying like you have a bunch of role players that and saying that they can't actually win. Like most of our team personally is role players, and it's putting up the numbers. And just because like somebody like you don't have to gain massive advantages in lane to be able to like to pull out the dub later.
You don't, but the dub doesn't make you the best, right? Like you can perform well in like, but like it's not like people are gonna be like, oh shit, I have to play against like, you know what I mean? It's like if you're playing against like Zeem or like whatever in the bot lane, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, like this guy's like gonna go super aggro on me and like fuck me up. But like you're like Rovian, oh he's gonna play back and shit, and that's been his reputation. Like maybe he'll turn it around, but I think that like playing with confidence is what's the decider for like the top tier players.
Fair.
Hot takes, boys. Dude, the chat's loving the hot takes, man.
I mean,
I'm still waiting for the return of Darth Dead.
Darth dead? Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta bring that one
we
back.
need Dark
Gray
Dead.
screen, gray screen.
I should've-
baby.
I should have
Wait, hold it.
screenshotted. I should have screenshotted when I invented the Darth Dead meme, Eric messaged me. He was like, "Go fuck yourself." Immediately after I started, and I was like, "God."
Wait,
I was
that-
messaging back. I'm like,
game
"Eric,
was-
wait."
Oh,
Yeah,
that
he
game
is-
was
he is
so
nasty.
tilting. That game was way too tilting. All right. Are there any more questions from chat?
I want some more spicy questions, boys. Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on. Wait for chat to catch up a little bit. So,
Most
Greg,
overrated player.
Who's the most toxic player?
Most toxic. This guy. He's got 2 thumbs and hates losing.
he might be on this stream right now.
Hey,
Actually, no.
hey.
Remember that?
Wait,
time
wait.
Greg- remember
Who's
that
the
time
most?
Greg
Who's
tilted
the
his
most
entire
toxic
team
player on the stream?
Yeah,
On the stream,
oh, definitely me.
it's
I'm
Austin.
an asshole.
No, it's Austin. It's 100% Austin. Do you know how many
I'm not
accounts?
toxic. I'm just.
No. Do
I've
you know
never
how
got
many
banned.
accounts this man has gotten banned?
Hey man.
How
they've been
many-
my accounts before
We
they
used to
changed the
call
ban.
him. No.
Wait,
Shut up. Shut up.
I've never even got a warning.
He.
I got so many.
We
more.
used to sit there and call him Mini Tyler 1 or T1 constantly. This man
think he has
would
too much
have
hair
a
for
new
that.
account every other week. No joke.
Yeah,
Just
well, it's not
toxic to
100%
people I
true.
like,
But
you know?
yeah,
And the ones you don't like.
yeah, the ones you don't like. That's what you got to do, man. Many accounts, it's the way to go. Thank you, Sickly.
Isically has 2 accounts, by the way.
I have a question. Oh, he said I have a question, then said many accounts. I was waiting for the question.
Oh yeah.
Which 2 teams are going to have playoff buys? Okay, so who are the first? Who's going to be the top 2 teams?
I mean, we can't answer till week 5.
Oh,
Just
come
gotta
on.
clarify
Predictions.
Okay,
Let's go.
predictions from what you've seen so far.
that.
Give him what he wants.
Mountain's
Give
probably
Mountains.
gonna have one, and then I think. I don't know.
Infernal.
Bernal.
We're gonna bring it back. Even
Yeah.
though we,
Yeah.
actually we
No,
haven't even played it all,
I think
so, like,
Sentinels are gonna come out strong.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, Sentinels
Sentinels and Mountain are gonna
Sentinels
have
are
the
the
strongest starts, and then it's up to them to see, up to other teams to see if they can topple them.
I can see that.
ooh, I like that question. What team has a player they can't win without?
Oceans too.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
I
Which
am
team has a
reformed.
player they can't win with?
Can't win with.
So far, Gromp
Gromp.
and
Gromp.
yeah, that's only
Raptors.
and
the team that
Yeah,
haven't
and
won.
Skullcrap.
Really.
I
Which team has
also-
a player they can't win without?
I don't think Scuttle's gonna win a game without either Shadow of Old or Adolma. I think
Yeah.
Well,
I would say Adolma because I think their win condition is literally just 4-1 on that team.
Well,
would say
that was a poor.
Sentinels-
The
Sentinels mouse
4-1 was a
amazing.
poor choice last time.
Yeah.
So,
Sentinels mouse amazing for sure.
ooh,
Hmm.
pretty good. I'm sure every I think probably every team has someone they can't win without.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I
P-
think
pick the most
no, I
I
obvious
think
then.
we could.
No, I think we could.
Yeah,
I
definitely-
actually
we
think
have
we could.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't win without you, bud.
Well, yeah, because their elo wouldn't be tanked, right? Wouldn't even be able to fit the roster in. You need those
Ouch.
negative points.
Yeah.
Rude.
No, I don't.
Mean.
Actually, I don't even think we could win without me because I'm the shot caller.
Who is the player for each team? Oh, who is the player? Who's the player for each team? You're saying, like, who is the all-star player on each team? Is that where we're going now?
Who's the glue for each team? I think they were saying.
All right, we go for each team now. Let's see.
But
All right, I'll let you guys answer for us since we're both here.
All right. Well, Air Drake
I'd say-
Shoemaker,
Mm.
Sentinels Mouse Amazing, Gromp one of their 20 subs, Mountain probably Zeem, but that's debatable. Merkwolves, I would say. I don't even. I
Yeah, I
don't really.
don't know.
I mean, I think Bomb Bam 45. He's their best player. I'll just say that because I don't really know those guys too much. Ocean, I would say Shu for sure. He's definitely the voice in that team. Raptors has a lot of. They have a lot of newer guys too. I would
Raptors
say,
doesn't have a sub, so if they lose anyone,
Yeah.
they lose. Yeah.
yeah. So Mr. Neat because they need him to, like he said, to get the elo limit. Brambleback. I already said my answer for that one.
Who did you say?
You because they need you for the points. what was it? Scuttle Crab.
I
That's a
feel like
shadow
I feel like if
shadow
Bramble
ball.
loses Rovian, they don't win.
Yeah, no, that's for sure it. Ben was a troll answer, but Rovian's is it for sure. And I think Scuttle Crab is probably Shadow Bolt.
Yeah, I've
Let me see. Sentinels. I think it is Mouse Amazing. Grump. Probably Frostbeat. Ocean Shoot. Air. I'm gonna say Icically, actually.
proven wrong this week. Got it.
Yeah.
Sasha for Mountain, maybe.
Yeah, Sasha for Mountain, actually. Infernal, it has to be. I'm pretty sure
Zabel.
it might be Trash Variety, actually.
I agree with that.
I'm trying to remember the other teams. Scuttle,
Probably Shadow.
Shadow,
Maybe
Um,
Gyarados.
Marked Wolves. I'd probably say Gray because I think he's the shot caller. And
Careful, he'll stop shot calling as soon as you hit playoffs.
yeah, what are the other teams?
At least
I'm
you showed
blank.
up for one of the games.
Can't shot call in your sleep, boys.
Raptors. I'm actually gonna say Timmy. Tim.
Yeah.
Um,
You need that.
Need that too.
I'm not even gonna say it.
I'm sorry. Were you gonna say auto spacing?
Nah, dude.
No, that wasn't the words coming out of your mouth. All right. All right. Paco's also a
That's
pretty
right.
big one for Raptors. I feel.
Eric, what's your answer? I'm curious to hear this.
Who'd you say?
You. What's your answer?
I mean, you guys pretty much agreed with everything we said. You
think-
named two players
I'll-
from each team basically, so
Yeah,
I don't feel like it's going to be
Basically,
worth
yeah,
it going
so,
down
yeah.
the line.
that's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we successfully crapped on pretty much everyone enough for tonight.
We love you all.
Love you all.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Just remember in Twitch chat, none of you have ever gone negative 3,600 in a game of Jeopardy on this show.
Let's go, boys!
You're doing better than us.
He's setting a record. Oh man,
It's a pretty bad record.
that's
Uh,
hey, a record's
I
a record.
I'm just bringing Grump from last season.
Well,
RPing.
anyways, we're going to head out for the night. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe. Also buy some juicy Fig Newtons for your Sunday when you come and join us.
Or better
and
yet,
watch
buy
our stream
subs.
at 4 o'clock.
Tell
Thank
your
you,
friends, tell
Pickle.
your moms, tell your coworkers. I got my boss to watch one of the games. Like, come on. He's like not a gamer, so anyone can watch this. I just
Well-
want to see these beautiful faces.
Thank you, Pickle and
Tell
Dynamic,
your
for coming out
grandmothers.
and joining us today.
Yeah, no
Also-
problem.
Thank you, Zabel, for co-hosting with me.
Dude,
Congratulations
for sure.
on your win, Pickle and Zabel at Jeopardy with 0 points.
Did we get a mug for Jeopardy too? I'll probably get that one sooner than my championship mug.
No, you do not. All right, and on that, ending it. Ouch.
You have to act